We have some very special guests. This is the first time ever I've had two guests on the show. We've got Angelo from Houston, Texas. I believe he did mention Houston, Texas. He's been many places in the world. He did mention a place in Europe that he is very fond of. He also mentioned California, so he's been around this planet Earth. We also have Latasha. Latasha, I did not get where you are from. What city are you from?
Baltimore. Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. That's on the East Coast. People tend to move inland as they realize that the East Coast is not that good, but we're still on the East Coast. It tends to happen sometimes. Regardless, Angelo and Latasha are in the insurance business. Just like everyone else in this business, we're all trying to make as much money as humanly possible. And we do have ladies before gentlemen. So Latasha, tell the world what you do for a living and what you're expecting to do in this business. Or what you've already done.
Okay. I'm actually new to the insurance industry. I actually just started. It's only been about a month now. I've been selling solely final expense. I plan on eventually doing, of course, mortgage protection. And then I also plan on adding Medicare. And my ultimate goal is to have an agency. My ultimate goal is to bring in at least 6 figures for the year, which I know is definitely possible. So yeah, that's pretty much
that. And you've been doing this for 4 weeks already. Angelo from Texas, how long have you been doing this job?
I started back in, I got my license back in December, and then I started to really just kind of crank in late March. And then I specialize in mortgage protection. And I'm so far doing well on my own, and just as far as just being able to make a living, and I am looking to open, increase my teaching ability in order to go ahead and help other agents being able to learn how to do the same things I do. I've already went ahead and recruited 2 people, and this is where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay, I have to do. What the two of you are going through is very similar in this business. The most active recruiters, and we know this, I'm on Facebook all day, I'm on YouTube all day. The most active recruiters are in the final expense mortgage protection, and they're doing their darndest to convince people that these new agents are going to build an agency and bring on new people. This is a technique that's only recent. It's a fairly recent technique that the marketing companies are using. I hate to say that it's a very dangerous system for new people coming in. There's a very big risk.
Yeah, it is. I don't even want to talk about how much money I've spent in leads this past month. But at the end of the day,
Latasha, I'm not. You don't have to give me a percentage of all the money you're about to save based on this conversation. But if you desire to give me a percentage of, you have my email address, which also turns into a PayPal. I will accept donations. But it is a technique. I have to tell you, it's a fairly recent technique that marketing companies are using, and there's a lot of victims in this technique.
It's not for everybody.
It's almost for no one. It's not really not for everyone. It's almost for no one. You're working for some sort of a marketing company. Is that correct? You got recruited by some sort of multi-level marketing company, if I'm not mistaken?
Mm-mm.
Who did you sign the contracts with? Which companies? You could tell us.
Oh, Family First Life.
That is a multi-level marketing company. You didn't even have to tell me. I already knew even before you told me. They get new agents coming in. They get them all high on final expense. You'll go into mortgage protection. You'll end up recruiting people, and you're gonna make six-figure income.
Yeah, I mean, but it's working for quite a few people.
I've actually seen the numbers. One of the people on the 145 level physically sent me an Excel spreadsheet of one of the teams. The leader of the team is the leader of that 140. He's above 145. You've got the owner, the team leader. You got a bunch of people at 145, and you've got everyone else. So even if you are on that 145 level, you're still 2 levels from the top. In order to get to that 145 level, which is not 145 commission, it's 145 level. It's just arbitrary based on whatever number they decided to use. You may have seen the numbers. I believe you only have to do $500,000 a month or 300,000. It's some ridiculous number that will never show up. Keep in mind, there's a set amount of money coming from the insurance companies. So much money that they have. If you're a downline of a downline of a downline, it's probably not going to end up as a happy ending. But that's besides the point.
I'll put it like this. The office where I go, there's quite a few people there. And to be honest, out of the quite a few people that's there, they're all doing very well. They have a system in place that's workable. You just have to work the system.
That is correct.
And you got to be willing to put in the work.
When push comes to shove, when you're a licensed insurance agent, your job is to get in front of people and to close deals. That's it. Everything, the onus is on you completely, 100%. The fact is that you mentioned they have an office, which also means they have an office manager. They're paying rent. Usually when people are in this business for a little bit, they realize that the business is completely on them. So paying someone else for their office and their management and their tutelage is completely bogus, but this is something that you will realize. Being a downline of a downline of a downline of a downline is not something that puts money in your pocket. When you are part of these multi-level marketing companies, there are people making money on your sales that you will never see, that you've never met. At a certain point, you will say, "Hey, why am I giving these people money?" But that's besides the point. Everything I'm mentioning,
that's possible with any company, no matter what field it is. There's always going to be somebody making money off of you.
I suppose everything is possible, but your job as a financial sales professional is to get the best deal for your client. I guess getting a best deal for yourself from the get-go is probably even more important than getting the best deal for your client. What helps people make sales? Again, it's the onus is completely upon yourself, getting in front of people, closing deals. Any tools that you have, whether it be a nice clothes, a nice car, a nice pen that you hand over to your client when he signs, those are tools. If you could have any tool will help if it's a good tool. If you're talking about some sort of marketing company that is providing good tools, that's a good place to be, but it's completely on. But I am telling you, any marketing company that is encouraging you to recruit people right out of the gate is doing a huge disservice. Huge.
They actually don't. They don't they say, hey, you can if you want to, but they don't press it. And that's one reason why I picked them, is because they don't press for me to be able to go out there and recruit. So I haven't even.
One of the huge negatives that you're not being told by these multi-level marketing companies. I should say the whole reason that insurance companies use marketing companies, it's not because the insurance companies aren't good at marketing. They may throw out these words, hey, XYZ insurance company is not good at marketing. We are. Completely bogus. The real reason is the advance commission and bad debt the insurance companies do not want to be responsible for. It's much easier for them. It's more actuarially sound for them to say, hey, XYZ marketing company, you're bringing in $10,000, $100,000, $1 million of business. You'll be responsible for all the agents coming in from you, whatever debt they have. I did listen to a video of an owner of a major multi-level marketing company, and he specifically said, hey, bring in new people, get them 10% below you, and this way it helps you move up the ladder so you can be on a higher level and get a higher commission level. To get a person who was a former Amazon warehouse worker or a former fast food worker and being guaranteeing their advanced commissions when they're new in the business is ridiculous. It's a very bad business decision. I have people calling me all the time. They did it. They recruited a bunch of people. The last person I did speak with, which was 2 days ago, specifically gave me the number of $10,200 of bad debt that he was responsible for. I suppose if there was another person said they felt somewhat fortunate, it was only $1,200. They paid it because they wanted to stay in the business. And this happened very early in that person's career. So you have to be super careful when these marketing companies, as you mentioned, isn't really encouraging it, but they're sort of encouraging it. The best thing to do is to tell you the truth, that you're putting your financial future in your insurance selling career at tremendous risk by bringing in people under you, especially if you're not if you really don't know what you're doing and you're not really adding any value added to the equation, and you're at a relatively low commission level, especially if you're a downline of a downline of a downline, the person who's under you is going to be even more of a downline. So you end up recruiting people that are not very good at Google searching. And that's the good news. Latasha, I do like to speak about happy things. So let's talk about maybe baseball. How are the Baltimore Orioles doing?
I have no idea. I do not know. But I appreciate being on this call, but I do have to go. But it was nice being able to hear all the information that you had to share.
Okay, let me just give you one more thing, because I did listen to this video of this multi-level marketing owner company, and he also said specifically that they did not have contracts, and he was all proud of the fact that they don't have contracts. A sentence or two before that, he was mentioning about, hey, recruit people at 10% below you and you'll move up your tier. Through NAIP, through these multi-level marketing companies, you're getting paid directly by the company, which is the same. The only thing I should mention to you, if you're going to be guaranteeing loans to someone below you, you should have some sort of ironclad contract talking about jurisdiction, talking about legal fees, very harsh language, which will encourage these people to pay back the insurance company, because ultimately you're the one who's responsible for. If you look at it, an email that I'll ever send you in a private manner from david@naip.org, there is a click there that says, insurance agents that want advanced commissions, please sign this e-contract. If you look at that e-contract, you'll see exactly that wording. What you should do if you ever get into the recruit other people, you should take that contract, Google the word, edit online, PDF free, change the name of my company to your company. And if they sign that, they're less likely to rip you off or rip off the insurance company, and you're guaranteeing the loan. So please keep that in mind. And you'll notice the strictness.
And you're talking about chargebacks.
It's not just chargebacks. If someone pays, it is chargebacks. It may not even be on advance commission. If someone pays a year in advance on a policy, the agent pockets all that commission. If the client cancels within 30 days, the client gets all the money, and the insurance agent is supposed to return the money to the insurance company. If you're recruiting new agents at these really low commissions, there's a decent chance that this gentleman who just got at the business will say, hey, maybe working at an Amazon warehouse for $20 an hour was not such a bad deal. At least you make $1,000 a week with overtime. Take that to heart. What I'm saying is completely, absolutely true. You will realize what I'm saying is true at a certain point. And you're more than welcome, whatever happens, to use NAIP's technology. It's free. There's no strings. There's no catches. It will help you close deals. You'll realize when you get in front of people, the determining factor if these people purchase something from you is if they feel that you're a top-level professional. And these websites definitely cause that to happen.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hopefully you'll take it. Latasha, I'm looking forward to you staying in the business for a long time, and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you.
I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Okay, Angelo, I do apologize for coming across as a very negative person, but the reason I wanted her to come in is I had a feeling that was the situation. And I wanted to get someone's second opinion, not just me barking out some very strict and very radical information, which you don't hear anywhere on the internet. The reason new insurance agents are primarily being recruited by final expense mortgage protection is it allows the marketing companies to sell them leads. Latasha did not mention to us in detail, but she did mention she was in the business for a very short period of time. I believe she's mentioned a month, and she spent a large amount of money on leads already, which in my personal opinion is ridiculous. And let's get back to you, Angelo. What are you doing in this business since?
Well, when I first got in my license, I got recruited by World Financial Group, and when all they wanted me to do is just recruit, and then your next recruit is going to be your next sale. And so I went around to Costco, Target, here, all the supermarkets, and everybody within 3 feet. And I got a name and number because I know how to do it. But
that's what they told you to do, and you were good at it.
But I did it. I did it because I pushed myself because I wanted to see what I could do. So I sat there for 8 hours a day and went everywhere I could and got names and numbers and talked to everybody. And what did it lead me to? Absolutely zero. And then I was called by another company, which, hey, I have to come out and say, they said, we'll give you leads. Okay, which is, I kind of enjoy. Hold on, I understand you are a little apprehensive about it, and that's fine. But you know what? I mean, after knocking your head against the wall, several times, I got involved with Symmetry Financial Group. And Symmetry Financial Group gave me leads, and I'm calling them, and I make money. It's where I'm at. I understand people make money off of me, but I've recruited a couple people that are just getting started. I don't see the negative in it. To be honest, I'm working it.
If someone's making money, just keep in mind the average salary in America and the United States is $1,000 a week. If you're good at financial sales, closing, getting in front of strangers, closing deals, you should be making double that.
Okay.
If you're doing double, or maybe not the first year, maybe not right off the bat to do double, but that's really where it should be going.
Okay. And I just got my feet wet. I'm here within the first few months. I still consider myself new. Everyone else in my group still says, no, you're still new, but you're good, and that's fine. I'm not the best. I'm not going to say I'm a Jordan Belafant out there, but, hey, I'm going to come out and say, I do the work. I go out there, I make the phone calls.
I'm pretty sure the company that you're working for starts people at 60%. Am I correct in that?
70.
Oh,
they upped it.
Oh, they upped it to 70. The people that you recruited, what do they start at 70 as well?
They
or
do.
Less?
They do. And my spread on top of the first 6, I get a bump up of 5%. So they get the lion's share. And I don't mind telling you about it. And then from there, but it's either through them or I write business on my own pen. If I write enough business within a 2-month period that stays consistent, they bump me up myself. I don't need people. They give me a commission increase. I'm looking at getting a 10% commission increase because of my last 2 months of production this month.
So you're making money. So the sales you're making, it's from their telemarketers and their postcard leads?
It's from their leads. I telemarket and I close.
Oh, they give you the people that return postcards?
They do.
And you close those. And so they're just giving you the piece of paper with the name and phone number, and you follow up and you close and you meet the people.
Close them. Yeah, I got an appointment. I got an appointment Friday. I got to close. I've got all of our information, sell mortgage protection.
Mortgage protection.
Yeah. Which is life insurance. It doesn't matter.
Life
who cares?
Insurance.
Who cares? This is mortgage protection, whole life term. That's what it is. They just think it's a fantasy about their mortgage. Who cares?
Right. It's a mortgage protection traditionally means simple issue, easy issue, lower amounts. That's what it is.
Right. And you know that.
That's all it is. Okay. I haven't run into too many people from the company that you mentioned. I've seen them. It all depends on how much leads or how much input they're giving you. That's all it is. If they're doing, I could tell you what we do. Hopefully you'll take advantage of it, because it doesn't matter if you use us for the contracts we have or the lead systems we have. We're just adding a little something to the mix. You're more than welcome to use NAIP's website. Hopefully you'll put the website on your own domain name. you'll do the proper steps to move up the search engine.
I'm just open. That's what I'm always doing. I'm always open. I'm always willing to hear everyone, and if something's better, then, I go with it, That's where I'm at. WFG, I was hitting my head against. And I'd like to know, who was the company you were mentioning about that said about the recruiting? So that way I could avoid them. Okay.
It could be them or it could be someone else, but that
Okay.
technique of having new people come into a system and recruit is just a bad system, especially.
It's horrible. You're hitting your head against the wall and I'm recruiting you so I can get a sale off of you. It's really bad. I don't like it. And of course, it's the traditional model. List your names, list one from 100, and all your names and friends and family, and practice from them. Of course, it's traditional model.
Okay, the model that you're in is a decent model if the leads are good. In the cut down in the commission is not so bad. It's a numbers game. That's all it is.
And it is, and I work it.
What depends on if it's a good deal or a bad deal is the names and phone numbers that are being given to you to get a percentage of the commission. You would have to see if it's worth it or not. That's all it is. You would have to see for yourself and check for yourself if the cut that you're taking in the commission because of the leads that they're giving you is worth it. That's completely up to you.
Right.
It's not. I can't say, hey, what I'm offering is better or worse.
Right.
It's just, because we're not into that business model of providing people pieces of paper and do they provide you an office?
No.
Okay, so that's what it is. It's just if the piece of papers that they give you with the phone numbers attached to it are good, it's good. Are you an independent agent for these people?
I am a 1099 and independent agent, yes.
And are you getting paid directly by the insurance company or by the marketing company?
I'm getting paid directly by the insurance company, but they have a contract that they take their splits, So
right. So the contract you have directly with the insurance company says that number, which you mentioned, 70%. And
yeah, absolutely. I get paid directly by Mutual of Omaha. I see it right in my account.
I see. So, which is a little bit safer. There are companies that don't do that, which is a little bit dangerous. Being an independent financial salesperson, it's your responsibility to do everything you can to bring in more money, to have high close rates. So the website technology that we're providing you is probably something that would help you.
Okay.
If you do the proper steps to move up the search engine, that's good as well.
Okay.
The lead system, you may have heard this call before or been on YouTube and seen what as well. We're really developing this as more of an independent type of organization where my company does less and you do more. So we bump people up to the very highest commission levels right from the get-go. It's just a bigger number. You would be responsible for everything. So no one would be physically giving you names of people to call. But I could tell you, if you set up this website properly, you'll very quickly realize that it can be used as an incentive-based marketing system, not for mortgage protection, not for final expense, but more for retirement planning, for business owners, people that are spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 per year on these retirement planning IULs or big whole life policies for retirement planning purposes, specifically business owners.
All right, let's go for it. Let's see. I'm gonna own you up. Let's do it.
So what you'll end up doing, Angelo, you'll set up the website properly yourself.
Okay.
You'll realize how easy it is to set it up yourself. You'll run into, let's say, especially if you put video at the top or the slider show at the top. I would say video there's nothing like video. You put video of the best thing you could do as a financial sales professional is to do everything you can to highlight yourself, which I suppose, even though we give you an example of, I believe there's 27 video options to put at the top, as well as 100 images, there's nothing like having your video at the top of you personally. If you show a plumber, an electrician, or any sort of building trade professional or any business owner a video of yourself at the top, the first thing he's going to say is, how do I get a website like that? And you could set up these websites for a business owner, I would say, in 10 or 20 minutes. That is the ultimate lead system for any business owner.
Okay, so I'm looking at doing web generation for people in order to get business from them.
Similar to what NAIP is doing, we say, hey, we're a website company. We get free websites, free quote engines. We help you move up the search engine, all that good stuff. Then lo and behold, then we offer you these game-changing high commission levels, which on the numbers sound really good, but we're not providing any names and phone numbers of people to call. So it's hard to compare apples and oranges with what you're getting from the company that you're working with, because they're giving you something.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do, regardless, you still should do everything in your power to come across as a professional person, which really means setting up the website. You're an independent contractor with the company that you're working with.
SFG,
Oh, so you could certainly do everything that you could do to come across as professional.
Mm-hmm.
The worst case, I'm saying to you unequivocally that the technology that we're providing is better than anything you could get elsewhere, but you have to see that for yourself. And when you see it, when you verify that to be true, that these website systems only take a few minutes to set up.
Okay.
As I mentioned, especially with the video at the top where it's ultra impressive,
okay,
you will be running into people who want similar. They will want the expertise of moving up the search engine, Google Local and Google Maps. And that's something that you could provide very easily.
Okay.
You could certainly give these websites to business owners. Similar to what my company does, we put an advertisement on the website that shows up after 25 hits. In order to get rid of those ads, it's $14.99 a month, which is severely underpriced. In order not to pay that $14.99, or if you want us to refund whatever you paid, if you sell through us, it's free. I suppose you would do similar to these business owners. There are very specific laws in your state, whatever state you are on gifting. Gifting happens to do, I know in the state of California, there's no limitation.
Just go with Texas. Okay.
I know what the law is in the state of California. There's no laws whatsoever. You could put an ad, say, fill out this form, we'll give you a free vacation just to meet me. In the state of Florida, there's a $100 limit on that.
That's right.
You'll say, I'll give you $99 if you fill out a form, but you can't say I'll give you $101. The value of these websites is not cut in stone. I do know in the state of Florida, referrals, there's no limitation whatsoever. You could say, I'll give you $1,000 for every referral you give me, but you can't. So that's what people do in Florida to stay clean. What I'm saying to you is we do put ads on these websites after 25 hits. If you're selling through us, it's not an issue. If you're giving these websites away on a regular basis to business owners and you become relatively wealthy, because it's a beautiful technique to get business owners to buy policies from you, you have two options. You have a couple of options. You could charge these people, put the money in your pocket, or you could have these ads show up on their websites. It could be my ad, but ideally it should be your ad. Your ad, similar, you'll have an ad say, hey, buy insurance from Angelo. Remember, I exist. Here's my phone number. When these people decide to be your friend, which probably means buying something from you, you're in control of their website. You could take it away. In order to keep my company happy, if you sell through these companies that we are offering these game-changing high commissions, at the very top level of commission, your website has no ads. Your insurance, your business owner clients have no ads. Even though when you went to naaip.org, you were under the impression that we're some huge company based on the technology that you were looking at. I assume that's what you assumed. Is that correct?
Had no preconceived ideas. You are what you are,
I get you. Okay, believe it or not, this whole NAIP is myself and a computer programmer. That's it.
All right.
Very limited expenses.
Awesome.
It's myself and a programmer.
Awesome. So way to go.
We get offered contracts by insurance companies in order to keep it relatively simple. We put people right at the top. I don't have time to negotiate or argue or interview people. You're at the top level. The website project that we do have is at the final stages. One of the things that we will be adding relatively shortly is to make a white label system. The white label system will be specifically designed to be a recruiting portal where you can recruit other people, and those other people will have no idea that NAIP exists. That should take another 3 months. But in the meantime, in order for this to be free, where you don't have to worry about ads or $15 a month, the way to do it is, sell through these companies that we're encouraging people to contract and sell. You're under no obligation to go through us. The $14.99 per month to get rid of these ads that pop up after 25 hits is a bargain, regardless.
Okay, what if I just want to keep them? That's fine, right?
It's completely up to you. But
are you talking about that my statistics and my will severely be diminished because if I have ads on that?
You'll see the ads. I could tell you that they're small ads, but you'll see them when you get to 25 hits, and you'll make that decision yourself.
All right. Okay. All right, I'm taking your word for it. I'm like, okay,
Angelo, let me just mention, as the quality of this website gets better and better, because we've got people working on it right now, it makes me, and I'm reasonably confident that what we're offering is better than anything you could get in the marketplace. You could imagine. It caused me to make these ads a little bit bigger.
Okay. All right. I'm not a web expert. I'm not an internet person. You guys are. So that's.
Let me see how many hits. Oh, you're at 13 hits, so you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, I have 13 hits for the one the clone website. You mean that I have
the clone website? If you want to put the website on your own domain name, it's a 2-step process that takes approximately 2 or 3 minutes.
What? Go through GoDaddy?
GoDaddy. There's a step 1 and step 2. You change the IP address, then you go into the profile settings. It takes 2 or 3 minutes. If you click around.
And it's like, I don't know what, like $12 a month. You pay a yearly expense, so it's $120 up front. Is that right? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
GoDaddy is a very popular web designer. If you go to our webpage, which is naip.org/buy-domain, there's a click there to get a coupon code for GoDaddy for the domain itself. They'll charge you, I believe, 99 cents or $5 for the first year, $10 thereafter. That's it. That's the only expense you have.
Let's do it. What is the website again?
At naip.org.
naip.org. Okay, well, that's your site. Yeah, right. Because I see it.
At the very top, there's a couple of clicks there. One says leads domains. You click the word domains.
Okay. Domains. Okay. All right.
You click the word domains. That gives you the step 1 and step 2.
Okay.
From step 1 and step 2, you follow that. There's a 3-minute video of me doing step 1 and step 2.
Okay.
And you'll get it done.
Cool. Anything else? I mean, other than, will you help me like kind of organize this website, or what do we do? I mean,
on that particular page about domains that is highlighted at the link at the top of NAIP, you read the page from top to bottom.
Okay.
It gives you good advice on purchasing a domain, what domain names to choose. It says examples of good domain names.
Okay.
In fact, what I'll do, since you're on the computer, I'll do screen share right now. Let me do screen share.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Share screen. Share. Let me click this button. Boom. Okay, you're looking at my screen. Yeah, NAIP.
I'm small. I gotta really look.
Okay. I'm made it bigger now. Let me see. Now it's big.
Okay.
I'm on the main page of NAIP. Leads, domains. I'll click domains. Buying your own website domain. It mentions the conference call. How do I choose a domain? You got free logo maker. You've got a video that says YouTube video moving up Google. Definitely take a look at that video.
That's okay.
but not now. I do mention very much here that you could buy the domain initially by GoDaddy by clicking here. You'll get the coupon code by clicking that link, clicking here.
Okay.
Initially, GoDaddy is going to get you in at a low price of either 99 cents or $5 during that contract, which means if you buy it for 3 years, the second year and thereafter will be $10. But when the new contract expires, when the existing contract expires and you go into a new one, it would be $18 a year, which I describe here. There is a company called Cloudflare Domains, which charges the wholesale price of $8.03 per year. Just keep that in mind. It's on this page. The link is here. You also have examples of good domain names. For the most part, it's your name, a word, and .com.
Okay.
It's completely up to you. This is the step 1 and step 2. Mentions here IP address. You do that in the GoDaddy back office. You also have step 2 in the NAIP back office of you telling us that we're hosting it. And that's the step 1 and step 2. You have a video here. It says click here for a YouTube explanation. That's a video which is a little bit less than 3 minutes. You could click that. As you scroll down, these are the 2 videos that are referenced. Hosting your free forever website in 3 minutes. How to move up Google, the 3 steps that you must do. I should mention this Google, I'll give you a synopsis of this 13-minute video. Google started this business 20 some odd years ago. Their goal was to have people use their stuff and to come back. In order for that to occur, you have to be confident that you're getting good results. For the most part, people are looking for top-level companies that are top-level in that particular keyword search. Your job somehow, as a website owner, somehow, some way, is to convince Google that you are the main company. The 2, in my personal opinion, the 2 most important things is original content and time on site. The content that you signed up initially was not original, so the more you change it, the better. And time on site is relatively how long people are on the site. The websites that we set up for you are really good at that, especially because they have videos and they're also very good at collecting client information. So you should have some sort of knowledge where you could know how websites work and what causes stuff to go to the top of the search engine. It also talks about Google Local and Google Maps. So probably a good idea to set up those accounts as well. Okay. Once you see how easy this is, you could easily set up these websites for other business owners. And that would be completely up to you. Right now, we have 6 templates. I did mention it's myself and a programmer. That's all this company is. I hired a new programmer just recently. His job is specifically to build a CRM. So there will be some sort of CRM attached to it. My main programmer says this will take he says 2 months, but that really means 2.5 months. And I suppose right now we're over 13,000 insurance agents in our system, but it's really expanding really well because we're doing a good job. A lot of people are using our stuff. I am doing screen sharing. I'm also on uberconference.com. There is a gentleman named James on this call, which is on mute. Let me find my StreamYard and let me stop.
And I just want to ask one question here, Dave.
Sure, I hear you.
Just go through the one thing, just like you said, go through the website and go from there, and then just be on your conference call every day, or what?
No, yeah, in order to make a living, you have to close deals with clients. Being on this conference call probably won't help you.
Right. So what's that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. So what's I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up in the next couple of days, and then from there, where do we go? Do I get advice from you or what?
I'm here 6 days a week. I suppose as things progress, there'll be more and more people in our system, and I'll probably have additional people in my office. But in the meantime, it's just myself. Okay. You're more than welcome. You realize that this type of technology is a super magnet for recruiting insurance agents. And currently, we're really encouraging people to contract for 2 companies. One is a top-level final expense, simple issue company. We started agents at 122%. You would have to make the determination if that's a better for you or what you're currently doing.
Right, exactly.
You make that determination completely by yourself. The other company that we are highly encouraging people to contract with is a top 5 mutual life insurance company. It could be a company that you're familiar with. I have noticed that I'm a little bit more excited about the top 5 mutual insurance company because it does have those bigger type policies.
Okay.
It's more suitable for business owners in offering a free website for.
All right.
That's it. So if you want, we start the highest they go in their commission is between 90 and 100%. I'm sure since you and I are pretty good friends by now, it'll be the highest commission. So we could even, and you would have to make the determination of if that's something for you. But if you sell these products that we're encouraging people to contract for on a regular basis, the website that I mentioned, the $14.99 would be taken care of, as well as whatever website you're giving away. If you are into this recruiting business, if you're offering some sort of good lead system or good system, plus you're at the highest commission level, you're at a better place to bring new people in. But that would be completely up to you. As you probably heard the conversation with Latasha beforehand, it's not a good idea to bring new people in if you're responsible for the negative debt. I should ask you, on the company that you work with, are you responsible for the negative debt?
I am. If I do, that's my chargebacks.
I mean, of the people that you recruit.
Of the people I recruit? Oh, right. If they write bad business, yes, but it's ranges anywhere from 5 to 15%. I mean, on one person. I mean, come on, Paul Getty. You don't rely on one person. You rely on 20. If one business fails.
Okay, Angelo. What I'm mentioning to you is really important. You would want to clarify. I personally don't know. I have no idea. I have not spoken to one person from your company who told me what happened.
Right.
These other companies, people have physically told me that they lost a ton of cash because of the errors that they made when they first came into the business.
If they do that, that's an policy if it's that bad. But again, that's where the insurance comes in. But again, let's just say somebody just goes ahead and writes a bad policy. It becomes a chargeback. They get assuming that, again, I'm going to say that this is their career. They're going to make more sales and that chargeback will go away and they'll make up for it. But up the ladder, like if that was my person, I mean, I'm getting maybe a spread between 5 to 15%. And that's only one part of, one of my franchise businesses in front of me.
Okay, Angela, I've got some. I hate to give you some homework.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna give you homework. You should find out specifically what your responsibility is when one of your recruited agents sells a policy, gets an advance commission, and leaves the business and says, "Hey, I'm not paying this." It's a real sit. And I'm pretty darn sure that you're not responsible just for your override. You're responsible for the entirety of what he received as well as the upline.
I think so too. You are correct in that. But it's not going to be something devastating because I'm still producing. I'm not sitting there just, I mean, it's not going to be something where I mean, I'm still calling every day. I'm still closing. I mean, if I get a chargeback for $250 and I make $5,000 that month, I really don't care.
Angelo, for you, it's not an issue. You're staying in the business. You're suitable for this business. What I'm talking about is if you recruit someone who doesn't stay in this business, who does not pay back the money, he may just decide, hey, I'm not staying in the business. Let me sell 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 policies to friends, family, and I'll tell these people to make the first payment. I'll get the advance commission. Sure. I'll go back to Amazon warehouse. That's what I'm saying to you. It's a bad situation where a lot of new agents experience bad situations.
That is true in the traditional model like WFG, and that's what they do. But here at our model, we don't express that you go to your friends and family and your 100 list and your 3 feet rule. See, we always express, just like Latasha, you're calling the leads. And if you're calling the leads, that's what you're doing. But again, your disadvantage is what you're saying is also, yes, it is up to, and I'll bring both negative to it, is that depending upon how much you spend on the leads is depending upon your production. And are you good enough to close them enough or whatever, or you get the experience of that?
Okay.
You know?
Regardless, what I just mentioned, to find out the exact details, because if you're at 70% and you're recruiting people that are at 65%, and these people are getting advanced commissions that you're responsible for, you may determine for a gentleman that was working at an Amazon warehouse or a fast food assistant manager that it's not worth the risk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
For it depends what the override is. If this guy's starting at 30% and you're getting, the difference between 70 and 30, hey, that's a risk you're willing to take. But if it's a small profit, you have to realize this. I hate to use the word scam, but this is one of the scams that new agents experience.
Oh, it is, and again, I'm not seeing that here at where I'm at, and that's, but definitely, I've seen it, and I'm not going to mention the name. I've definitely seen that at the prior company.
But it's going to be determinant on these recruited agents that it depends what your connection is with these people.
Sure. And I'm going to train them and I'm going to make sure that they succeed. I'm not going to sit there and not give them the idea that, hey, you know what? You need to sell your friends and family. No, you need to call again. You need to call the leads. It's metriced out. We know how many, I know how many calls you make, and I know how what you're supposed to be doing. And if you're just not doing it, period, there's something going wrong. And I just know it because I've seen it.
Okay, and Angelo, you are correct in that there are different techniques that work, either buying leads or other methods.
But I do want to say something positive about you is what you're proposing is a completely different marketing piece, which will just add to my arsenal, which I like. That's what I like about this. And I do have to say, for anybody watching this show, that's why I think that I'm giving you my time,
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Since you are my good friend at this point, all I want you to do is realize these few people that you recruited, everything is fine and dandy in June of 2021. Once these people realize, I'm not saying it's going to happen to every person you recruit, but it only takes 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 20. Once one of these people realize that they could sell fake policies and do an exit before they leave the business, and you're the one that's responsible. You have to be cognizant of that. I've heard enough tragic stories that realize it's not a good risk. You have to consider that it's based on the level of profit that you're making from these people coming in. As a bonus, since you did give that nice compliment, what I'd like you to do is, on a private email that I send you, there'll be on the footer, it'll say the word, "Those that want advanced commissions, please sign this e-contract." If you click that, you'll notice it's a very strict contract, which talks about jurisdictions. It talks about legal fees, no bankruptcies, the hardest legal language I could find. Your recruited agents, like in the next 20 minutes, you Google the word edit online PDF free. You take my contract, you change the name of my company to the name of your company, and you have those 2 people that you recruited sign that contract. They'll be much less likely to rip you off if they realize they signed that contract.
Okay.
Then that's what the marketing company that you work for should have told you about the risk, but they're purposely not telling you about the risk because they want you to recruit and bring new people in the business.
Okay.
That's
all right. All right. Well,
since you are my friend, Angelo, please do that. You'll thank me later.
All right. Well, I mean, we've been on for at least about 50 minutes. I've got to go, and I appreciate the time, and thank you very much. You can, go to your next caller, and I'll go ahead and review your site, get my site set up in the next couple of days.
Excellent. Angelo, I do appreciate you coming here today. I'm here Monday to Thursday, 12 noon, Saturday, Sunday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Angelo, we will speak again.
All right. Thank you.
Another happy show. I'm glad you all are here. We do have this, we've heard 2 relatively new agents. There's a lot of excitement in it. Angelo, luckily, and good for him, he's making money. Latasha, who started the call, is not making money. She has hope, but that's a very common experience in this business. It just so happens, based on what I've seen on the internet, that 92% of all new agents do not make it. So offering guaranteeing loans for new agents coming in is risky. Please keep that in mind if you are watching this call. I do thank you all for being here, and have a terrific rest of the day.